is CNN.
Coming up on CNN Sports Late Night, on the rubber, in the rubber match, David Cone versus Andy Bennis. The winner goes to the ALCS. Week 6 in the NFL saw the Colts pay visit to Miami and manhandle the Marino Magic. The Broncos drive a sharp stake through the Pats. The Jaguars went after their second win of their inaugural season. Green Bay packed its #1 defense, but it didn't change Emmett's game plan any. The Drivers' Championship in NASCAR is on. Plus, we'll tell you why he's a very merry Mex. It's a fight to get it all into 1/2 hour. Late Night is next. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Late Night. I'm Nancy Newman.
And I'm Larry Smith. We had a busy Sunday today. In fact, a sports Sunday with NFL and hockey and everything else that gave us a thrill a minute. Baseball, I think Nancy saved the best for last time.
Indeed. Ken Griffey Jr. and company finally have center stage. Oh, what theater. One game, winner take all. That's what the playoffs are all about. The Mariners already surviving one such encounter, technically, albeit a regular season affair, ending the Angel season Monday. Take 2 tonight. The wild card Yankees won the first 2 of this best-of-5 series. Seattle stormed back in games 3 and 4, setting the stage for tonight's decider. To the winner, a ticket to the ALCS. Let's go to the Kingdom. David Cone versus Andy Bennis. M's fans ready for Cleveland. Top of 6, tied at 2, bases loaded for Don Mattingly. And Mattingly rips the double to left of the ground rule variety. 2 runs come in to score. It is a 4-2 New York ball game. Bottom 8, still 4-2. Junior connects for the solo homer off David Cone. His 5th. Mariners within 1. 4-3. We have got a game. Then the unthinkable. David Cone facing Doug Strange with the bases loaded. Ball 4. A run comes in. We're tied at 4. Cone in agony. Top of 11, still 4-all. Ems went to Randy Johnson facing Randy Velarde, and Velarde singles to left. Pat Kelly will score. The Yankees retake the lead 5-4. In the bottom of the inning, men on first and third, Edgar Martinez. Can he deliver again? He doubles to left. It will roll all the way to the wall. 1 run is in, and Ken Griffey Jr. is coming. All the way from first, representing the game-winning run. He's in. The M's win, and they're going to the ALCS. Refuse to lose is the M's mantra, and they live on by it. Randy Johnson wins in relief. Seattle becomes the 4th team to overcome an 0-2 deficit in a 5-game series. The Pacific Northwest plays host to Cleveland, and the ALCS beginning Tuesday. Our Brent Weber was there for all the excitement.
Hidden away in the Pacific Northwest, the Mariners struggled at times to be noticed this year, but that's not a problem today. Randy Johnson showed why he's the likely Cy Young winner. Edgar Martinez validated his MVP candidacy. Ken Griffey Jr. shined in the Mr. October spotlight, and the Mariners became just the 4th team in history to come back from an 0-2 deficit to claim a best-of-5 postseason series.
Just to be mentioned with Reggie is an honor, but I mean, Reggie's been in this situation 8 times. This is my first time, and you know, if I do it that many times, then you can call me Mr. October, but this is my first series, and Reggie's done it so many times. That's Mr. October.
I think this series was probably the best series of all the series that happened. You know, it was lots of offense, defense, great plays, and a couple extra inning games too.
So this is great, you know, celebration we're having right now, enjoying the moment, and now just sit back, relax, and enjoy this day.
What's the best word to describe a loss like that? Shock, pain, disbelief?
All of the above.
You know, I could drop all the old cliches on you and just say that they were better than us. It turned out in the end that they were.
I have trouble looking back and feeling bad about anything because I feel like we didn't leave anything out there.
For New York and their captain Don Mattingly, who may have played his last game in Yankees pinstripes, they'll have to be satisfied with knowing they took part in one of the most dramatic postseason series in history. And for the Mariners, who for the 3rd straight game lived up to their billing as the team that refused to lose, they're preparing for more history, their first ever trip to the American League Championship Series. From Seattle, Brent Weber, CNN Sports.
Thanks, Brent. So the League Championship Series are set. More on that a little later in the show. Larry.
Well, more excitement to be found in the NFL's Week 6 action. Miami star quarterback Dan Marino is known for his numerous team and league records and late-game heroics, just as he's known for his lone Super Bowl appearance. The 34-year-old is trying to change the latter by doing more of the former. The NFL's lone remaining unbeaten team hosting the Colts on Sunday. Marino to Irving spikes. That would tie Fran Tarkenton's all-time NFL completion mark and give Miami a 14-0 lead. Next, he's number 1. Keith Byers, one of 54 to ever catch a Marino pass. Completion number 3,687, a 2-minute standing ovation, and a videotape message from Fran himself. Miami had a 24-3 lead at halftime before Jim Harbaugh caught fire. 48 yards to Floyd Turner to make it 24-17, and then more Harbaugh. Just over a minute left. Aaron Bailey to tie it at 24, and Harbaugh was on fire. Overtime, the Colts take the kickoff, go right down the field. This is the newly signed kicker, Kerry Blanchard, to cap off the greatest comeback in Indianapolis history. Harbaugh in the second half and overtime, 20 of 24, as for Marino, the new all-time completions leader, needs 560 passing yards and 7 touchdown tosses to set new NFL marks over Tarkenton again in those areas. He's also closing in on Fran in attempts.
Well, it's going to be hard to put behind us because, you know, this is supposed to be our place, our home field, and we can't let people come in here and beat us, you know, no matter what the circumstances are. And the way we lost today, I mean, that's, you know, it's going to be hard to overcome.
It's nice to finally turn the tables on Marino. He's done it to me before, and it's nice to be on the other side of the fence for a change.
This comeback was all Harbaugh. 24 unanswered points for the victory. It's hard to believe that just 6 weeks ago, Jim Harbaugh was the forgotten man in Indy. Hey, you think you've had a bad day lately? Try playing for the Jets. Boomer Esiason out with a concussion thanks to Bruce Smith. Even Bruce was surprised that he delivered such a vicious hit. And Esiason down, the Jets down 2. Andre Reed hit late right there out of bounds. He would return to the sidelines on crutches later. Jim Kelly hitting Bill Brooks here for the 15-yard touchdown pass. Brooks couldn't believe how all alone that he was. Bills in command, 16-3. Later, Thurman Thomas a touchdown. He had 133 yards on the day. And suddenly, it's the Bills and Dolphins tied for first place in the AFC East. Just like old times. The Jets committing 4 turnovers as they suffer their 3rd loss this season by 19 points or more.
1 week after their first ever franchise victory, the expansionist Jacksonville figured to be knocked back into reality Sunday while entertaining Pittsburgh. Mark Brunell took over from Steve Berline late last week and led the Jags past the Oilers. Week 6 picked up where Week 5 left off. The Steelers got stung in the Sunshine State. Neil O'Donnell back for the Steelers. He was not enough. First quarter action, Mark Brunell hitting Cedric Tillman over the middle. He bounces into the end zone. 7-zip Jags. They strike first. Second quarter, James Stewart taking the handoff. Heads for the goal line. Just gets the ball over the plane. That is a touchdown. 14-0. Steelers in the big hole, but they did battle back. 20-16 down the Steelers were in the 4th. 4th and 3. O'Donnell can't find the receiver. Scrambling. Gets hit hard by Joel Smeenge. Throws it incomplete, and the Jags win. Jacksonville makes it 2 wins in a row. Brunell sacked 4 times, but also managed to scramble for 44 yards and said afterwards, with a win like this comes a lot of confidence. Under the lights, the Broncos and Patriots from Foxborough. Drew Bledsoe got the start tonight. Pats lost 3 straight since winning in the season opener. He was greeted very rudely by Michael Dean Perry, who strips the ball from Bledsoe, recovered by Harold Hasselbeck, leading to another Denver score, 14-0. Later, 17-3 Bronx. Bledsoe simply struggling all night. Short hops the 15-yarder. 23-3 Broncos at the half. In the 3rd, Elway finding Anthony Miller, making the catch, the great move, and then a little help from Shannon Sharp. 60 yards later, it is 30-3 Denver, 37-3 final. This is Denver's most convincing win in 6 seasons. The Broncos improved to 3-3. Bledsoe, operating with the separated left shoulder, was 24 of 56 for 248 yards in the losing effort for the 1-4 Pats. The offensive juggernaut that is the Raiders playing host to the Seahawks. Look out, no fun on the sideline. Second quarter, Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 20. Jeff Hostetler complete to Tim Brown, who's got 1 man to meet. He makes the nice move on Eugene Robinson. It's an 80-yard touchdown. The offense of Oakland is still clicking. 13-zip Raiders at the half. In the 4th, a little razzle-dazzle. Harvey Williams takes the pitch right, stops, throws back left. Andrew Glover, the score. That is a Hoss is boss size smile. The Raiders have outscored their opponents 129-41 in their last 3 games. Harvey Williams finishes with a career-high 160 yards rushing. Jeff Hostetler, 333 yards passing and 2 TDs as Oakland improves to 5-1.
Like fine wine, sports late night just gets better with age. Would one bad calf spoil the Cowboys' day? Reggie and company came with lassos looped and Big D. We'll tell you what the Bucks have done for the first time in 14 years. Also on the way, NASCAR could have a showdown in the making for all the Winston marbles. Refill your chip bowl and get more ice. More late night after this.
How many germs do you think are riding on that school bus? Millions, I'd say. Plus 2 kids that belong to me. Do I worry about them? Sure, but at least I know they're coming home to Safeguard.
Washing with Safeguard antibacterial soap eliminates more than 99% of germs you've come in contact with.
The more germs we get rid of, the better I feel.
Safeguard the ones you love. Safeguard against germs.
What if you combine a barbershop, banana split, and an alligator? Ooh. How about a palm tree, a bowling ball, and an alarm clock? Uh-oh. Okay. A fax, printer, and scanner. Ah, the Konica 9715. Fax, print, and scan right from your PC. That's technology that makes sense. Only from Konica.
Fans for authentic teamwear, call 1-800-PRO-TEAM, the number to know to look like a pro. Call to get the authentic Diamond Collection baseball caps by New Era Cap. 100% wool with embroidered logos. These are the only caps worn by the pros, in adjustable and fitted sizes for all major league teams and over 130 minor league teams. Only $19.99. Get the 1-800-PRO-TEAM catalog for all the pro stuff. Every league, every team, delivered to you by priority mail. For holiday shopping or for a catalog, call 1-800-PRO-TEAM.
Welcome back to Late Night. This afternoon's Packers-Cowboys matchup featured the NFL's top-rated defense versus a Troy Aikman at less than his best. Green Bay off to its best start since 1982 with 3-1, and Troy a surprise starter considering the strained right calf he suffered in last week's loss to the Redskins. Let's go to Texas Stadium. Charles Haley sitting out much of the way. More on that a little later. Deion Sanders in a spectating role. Second quarter, Troy Aikman getting the protection and hitting Jay Novacek. Breaks free for the 10-yard score. Aikman 5-5 on that drive. 5 for 5 on the drive. Helping out their QB on defense. Brett Favre scrambling, throwing it away. Not quite. Look who's there. Mr. Deion Sanders. What sore ankle? 10-3 boys just before the half. Emmitt Smith will go over the top, but he takes the big hit in the back on the way down, landing on his head. It is a touchdown. Emmitt a little banged up. He did return third. Troy, not finished yet. Deep to Michael Irvin. Perfect strike. 48-yard touchdown. 24-3 Dallas. 34-24 final. The Cowboys count their 6th consecutive victory over the Packers. Aikman said he could do little more than jog, but it was enough. His 9th consecutive game of over 300 yards passing. Despite the win, though, not every Cowboy was a happy one. Charles Haley, upset at being benched early, erupted in the locker room.
They've reduced me down to a second string player, and you know, that's not me. I play 100% football out there, 100% for these guys, and all I ask is for a little respect, just a little bit. I'm not going to do anything to destroy this team, okay? They're going to get all I got for this year, and that's it, okay? I'm going to play football for them, and that's it. You know, I got no love for none of them. Trust me.
On we go, the Redskins and Eagles from Philadelphia. First quarter, 7-3 Philly. Eagles punt to Brian Mitchell. He takes it on the one hop, breaks through, and then cuts back all the way across the field. It's a 59-yard punt return and a touchdown. Skins in command early, 10-7. Philly battling back in the third, tied at 24. Charlie Garner takes the handoff outside, 17-yard touchdown, his third of the day. Jeffrey Lurie likes that a lot. Skins sent the game into overtime, tied at 34. Under 5 minutes to go, it is Gary Anderson kicking the 38-yard game-winning field goal for a 37-34 Eagles victory. Charlie Garner rushing for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns for an Eagles team that chalked up 524 yards in total offense.
The Buccaneers have just the lone NFC championship after the appearance after the 1979 campaign to show for their 20 seasons in existence. The losingest franchise in the past 2 decades, an NFL record 12 consecutive seasons with double-digit defeats. And for the moment, the Bucs are the leaders of the NFC Central. Believe it. Jeff Blake, one of 6 turnovers for Cincinnati today, this after Blake signing the 4-year, $12 million contract. He said, I don't want to hear about it. Michael Houston, 53 yards out, one of 4 field goals on the day. The first time since 1981, Tampa Bay is in first place this late in the season. To Chicago, Bears up 24-20 on the expansion Panthers when Eric Gulliford takes the punt, avoids several tackles, and goes untouched. 62 yards for the punt return. The Panthers up late in the game, but 40 seconds left. Robert Green taking the handoff, and watch at the goal line. He just does get it over. The Bears win. They're in second place at 3-2. Also in second place, the Vikings. Warren Moon, his first time playing against his former Oiler teammates, intercepted by Chuck Cecil. As the Oilers would tie it up at 17 and send it into overtime, Dwayne Washington would intercept Will Ferrer, and then 3 plays later, it's Robert Smith going in for the game-winning touchdown as the Vikes triumph at home. You know that Barry Sanders, you can't contain him, and the Browns found out the hard way. 75 yards for one of his 3 touchdowns on the day. Sanders 157 yards on the ground as Detroit stuns the Browns at Silverdome. Arizona and the Giants. Dave Craig to Frank Sanders as Arizona had the 7-point lead, but then in overtime, tied up. Jesse Armstead going 58 yards. Look at the big guy move. As the Giants get the win in overtime, the Cardinals drop to just 1-5. Now, it's just 7 days away, but I'm already looking forward to what Vince Cellini, Ron Meyer, and James Lofton have to say on NFL Preview. They take over next Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. But for now, Nancy and I will try to get you through. Stevie I always has fun in Edmonton. We'll see if he and the Wings can spoil an Oiler debut. And the Indians now have travel plans in hand. See what they've been doing and what they're thinking by keeping it right here. More Late Night coming up.
Hi. Do you remember me?
Oh, yeah.
I bought this sweater, and it got these ugly fuzz balls.
Yeah, and it faded.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. How'd you wash it?
A gentle cycle with my usual detergent.
Right cycle, wrong detergent. Try Ivory Snow.
Really?
Ivory Snow Powder's Baby Gentle formula cleans safely. It helps prevent fuzz or fading on cottons better than leading regular detergents.
Thanks. Oh, forget something? Never.
Ivory Snow. Safe care for the things you wear.
How do you know? Who do you trust? What do they really say? Only one long-distance company gives you written proof that your business saves over AT&T. There's no question about savings with MCI's Proof Positive.
Well, sure, my business is saving with AT&T. At least I think so. I feel that we are. I'm sure that we are. How would I know if we weren't? I don't think we'd know. I don't know if we're saving.
There's no question about savings with MCI's Proof Positive.
Hockey's on. Red Wings and Oilers from Northlands Coliseum using the body early. Jason Arnott, the big hit on Slava Kozlov. Goalie's doing the job early, too. Bill Ranford, the stop, turns it away and has a handle on the rebound. Meanwhile, Chris Osgood showing his stuff, snatching the shot out of midair with a quick glove. Scary moment in the second. Arnott, the slap shot to the face. He never had a chance to get out of the way. He had to leave the game with considerable help. More cause for a face shield. Third game tied at 1. Tim Taylor, the feed from Stevie Yzerman. No mistake, 2-1 Wings. They would add another 3-1 final. The Panthers in their home opener still looking for their first win and first goal. Bill Lindsay, the hard hit on Zarli Zalapski. First period, Michael Nylander centering to Theo Fleury, who puts it through the pads of John Van Beesbrook. 2-1 Flames. Still in the first. Panthers on the power play. Jason Woolley's shot redirected in by Scott Mellenby. Tied at 2, Pierre Paget looking on. Third, 3-2 Florida. Phil Housley, fans on the clearing pass. Jody Hill makes him pay. 4-3 Panthers win.
Good fortune and outstanding driving has 24-year-old Jeff Gordon racing toward his first Winston Cup championship. The point standings leader had 14 top 10 finishes in a row coming into Sunday's UAW GM 500 in Charlotte, but he had transmission problems and after 139 laps was running second, but had to withdraw. He finished 30th, and that's big news because it allowed Dale Earnhardt in his second-place finish to close in on the point standings. Mark Martin took the checkered flag for the second week in a row as he wins the UAW GM 500 championship. But as the point standings go, Gordon sees his streak of top 10 finishes broken as Earnhardt gets precariously close to an 8th Winston Cup title. Gordon leading the veteran by just 205 points with 3 races to go.
As promised, back to baseball, and while the Yankees and Mariners battled for the right to take on the Indians in the ALCS, Cleveland spent the day tuning up for Tuesday. The rest earned after disposing of the Red Sox in decisive fashion, 3 straight games. A light workout Sunday, just getting some work in, but they've yet to partake in any sort of celebration, despite the first-round sweep. Skipper Mike Hargrove explains, however, don't mistake the Indians' even keel for lack of intensity.
I think sometimes that people on the outside watching this team mistake that confidence for arrogance. I don't think this is an arrogant team. It's a team that believes that they can play the game. It's a team that believes that if they play together and do the little things right, that they can win.
They've got all the things it takes to win. You got to have speed, defense, power, starting pitching, bullpen. They got them all.
The Indians are now heading to Seattle and are likely feeling somewhat relieved about not having to face the M's ace Randy Johnson in Game 1 following his 3-inning relief appearance tonight.
In the meantime, a little relaxation mixed in with preparation for the combatants in the NLCS. The Braves and Reds proved during the season they were the class of the league. Now a best-of-7 grudge match to prove who's worthy. Atlanta took the day off after Saturday night's clincher over Colorado, while the Reds worked out in Cincinnati. Atlanta's past success in the NL West has kept Cincy out of the postseason since 1990. Now, Reds outfielder Ron Gant feels he has a score to settle with his former team, who won 8 of 13 versus Cincinnati. Thus, let the games begin.
I know everybody on my club is excited about it, and we felt like this is what it would come down to. We had to get by a tough Dodger ball club, but we're up for this series, and so we can't wait for it to begin.
I think it's great. I think the 2 best teams are going to be facing one another, and I think that's great for the game. I think that's the way it should be.
2 Southpaws go toe-to-toe in Game 1. Tom Glavine is 13-1 lifetime at Riverfront Stadium, 18-6 versus the Reds overall. Pete Shurik is the first of a trio of lefty starters Atlanta will face in the NLCS. Stay right where you are. We've got the day's NBA news, golf, and of course the play of the day. But first, up to the plate, this week's college football coaches poll. The top 3 is the same. Everything else is brand new.
Right now, Cheryl Chapman isn't thinking about antioxidant vitamins. She hasn't read the numerous studies on the role of antioxidant vitamins in reducing the risk of some types of cancer. And she doesn't know one of the most important antioxidant vitamins, vitamin C, is found in Florida orange juice. She just knows she likes it. 100% pure Florida orange juice. To your health.
What if you combine a vacuum cleaner and bagpipes? Maybe not. Okay, how about a porcupine and a recliner? Whoops. Okay, a high-speed copier and a tower of paper. Ah, the Konica 6190. Touchscreen control, 90 copies per minute, huge paper capacity. That's technology that makes sense, only from Konica.
Making this part, I think.
Golf's executive circuit in Napa, California, the Trans-America Championship. That was Bruce Summerhays and daughter and caddy. This is Lee Trevino on 17, trying to go 2 strokes up on Summerhays. He did just that with his 3rd birdie in a row while blowing away the rest of the field. Finished at 15 under. A tournament best. Lee Trevino 2 strokes better than Summerhays. On the PGA Tour, the rain-plagued Disney Classic shortened to 54 holes after Friday's rain out. Brad Bryant, the 1-stroke, the putt for par on 18, gets him the championship. His first win ever on 19 years on the PGA Tour.
Washington Bullets owner Abe Pollin says Chris Webber is the man who will lead the franchise to his first NBA championship since Unseld Hayes and company did it back in '78. And with that, the multi-talented power forward will sign a new contract Monday, one that will keep him in a Bullet uniform for several seasons to come. The 22-year-old Webber led the team in 4 major categories last season. His signing secures what figures to be a vastly improved Bullet squad this coming winter.
Time for the Sunday night play of the day, and it is, of course, the moment. The play that made winners of the Mariners in the 5th and deciding game versus the Yankees tonight at the Kingdome. In the 11th, Edgar Martinez, the hero via the Grand Slam Saturday night, connecting for the 2-run double, capping the comeback. Ken Griffey Jr. in with the winning run. The M's erase an 0-2 deficit, winning the next 3 games in a row, and thus will host Cleveland beginning Tuesday in the ALCS.
Continue to keep writing us off. Cardiac kids, man. Somehow, some way, we find a way to win. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope out there that everybody's starting to take us into their hearts and their homes.
Play of the day, brought to you by MCI's Friends and Family. You get savings. Simple.
How do you know? Who do you trust? What do they really say? Only one long-distance company gives you written proof that your business saves over AT&T. There's no question about savings with MCI's Proof Positive.
Sure, my business is saving with AT&T. At least I think so. I feel like we are. They tell us we are. How would we know if we weren't? I don't think we'd know. I don't know if we're saving.
There's no question about savings with MCI's Proof Positive.
Baseball's championship series are set. The Braves and Reds, Indians, M's, all beginning Tuesday.
Yeah, in the meantime, Monday Night Football, Kansas City at San Diego. The Chiefs trying to tie the Raiders atop the AFC West. We're out of time. Thanks for joining us. I'm Larry Smith.
And I'm Nancy Newman. See you next time. Bye.
Good night.
This is the place for in-depth coverage of the world of sports from morning to night. This is CNN.